What up? What up? What up? Hey, it's your resident online mortgage lender, Robert Lewis, NMLS license number 180100. How y'all are? Good to see you this morning. Let's make sure that I'm online and you can hear me. Let's see. What up? What up? Yeah. How y'all are? We good this morning. This morning. Crisp and clean. With no caffeine. Yeah, so good morning to you. For those that don't know, Robert Lewis, NMLS license number 180100, also known as your resident online mortgage lender to some. Again, good morning. Buenos dias to mi gente. Y'all like that, right? Don't ask me nothing else. That's all I know. I've been practicing that all year. If you don't mind, let me know where you're watching from this morning. Say good morning, and we'll give a few seconds for some folks to come into the room, and then we'll get into the topic at hand, right? Always providing information to you, the home buyer, homeowner, so that you have the tools needed to make the best decision as it pertains to residential real estate financing. Good morning to you, Mrs. Winthrop. How are you this morning? Let me know what you're drinking. I just got a little H2O this morning, trying to step my game up. Some of you guys are far down the road than I am, farther down the road than I am, but drinking some alkaline water. Shout out to Unc. What's up, Uncle Pete? Took that pawpaw medicine this morning too. You feel me? So okay, Cheyenne says she's drinking some coffee. What kind of blend you like, Cheyenne? You close to the boot. You drinking some community? For those that know, right? If not, let me know what you're drinking. Hold up, hold up. OG, a real one. Alert. What's happening, Fred? What's up, bruh? Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. I know you blessed, so I ain't even gonna say that, man. Just thank the Lord for you. We still here, bruh. We still here, man. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Let me know what you're drinking this morning if you sipping on a little something. You feel me? Again, guys, thanks for coming by. Thanks for saying good morning. Anyone else, if you want to interact, ask a question, or just tell your boy what's up. You feel me? And you want me to see who you are, like my man Fred here, right? And you want me to be able to see your profile picture. You have to allow the software the authorization to see your profile picture. That's the only thing that is collected. So, you know what? Let's get into it. Without further ado, per the topic, what should we learn from the increases in the conforming loan limit as well as the FHA loan limits? You know what? Let's do this. Some of you may not know what I'm speaking of, so let me share my screen and give you some insight as to the loan limits that I'm speaking of. So let's start here. Let's share this. Boo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. Let me go down here. Let me blow this up a little bit. Yeah, your boy been working on his screen techniques. Yeah, feel me. So as you can see, we're going to start off with the FHA, Federal Housing Administration. They've just not just, but about a week or so ago, came out with their new conforming loan limits for 2022. And you know me, guys. I want you to think a little bit. I see you, Fred. I'm gonna put that up here in a minute as we go take another little station break. But I always want you to think, right? A lot of you guys may be on the sideline. And Fred, you might be able to chime in on this, man, because I remember when you were a first-time home buyer, right? And that apprehension that one has the first time when doing anything, okay? And I remember, if you don't mind me sharing this, bro, one of the questions, not just with yourself, but with everybody at whatever time you're buying is, am I getting this at the best price? Am I getting it for the low or the best price that I could get at that time? And, as a professional, we always have these conversations, or your professional should be able to have that conversation because that's why you're dealing with that person, right? Someone that you know, like, and trust. and they're able to calm you down, right? Calmate, relax, and give you that assurance that number one, no, we don't know what's going to happen in the future, but based on the past and data, you should be good, right? And Fred, if you don't mind, just letting us know, man, you don't have to go deep, but was it a good decision for you to buy when you bought? If you don't mind sharing that with us. But as you see on the screen, okay, we're talking the FHA conforming loan limits. And as you can see, man, nationwide, okay, and what we call low cost areas, low cost mortgage area or mortgage limit areas, if you will. Um, the conforming loan limit, this is for conventional loans, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, those loans that are insured by those two GSEs, government sponsored entities, has gone up to $647,200. If you want to, you can just Google search, see what the conforming loan limit was back in 2008. I mean, that thing's up about $200,000, right? So this is going to go into the message that I'm speaking of today. But the conforming is 647,200, and for FHA in these low cost areas, $420,680 is the new single family or one unit maximum loan limit. And it's pretty much in all counties, right? There's a few high cost areas and things of that nature. Alaska, Hawaii, and some places here in the continental United States. But look at these numbers, man. Crazy, right? Now, high cost areas, $970,800. Okay. And then you got the special exceptions, Alaska, Hawaii, Guam, the Virgin Islands. You got to be on your game to get one over there. You feel me? But FHA, right? 3.5% down, depending on where you're buying in one of these areas, is gonna this is solving one of the problems that has been going on as far as barriers to getting in, right? Because home prices have been on the rise. Let me not get bogged down there. Let's keep moving, right? Let me show you the conforming, right? Let's go to the conforming loan limits for 2022. Let me get this out of my way. Okay, so let's see here. We're gonna go to the conforming, and then here we have a little interactive map. Let's interact a little bit. So if you guys like this information, or if you want this link, just let me know in the comment section, and I'll drop it in the comments so you can avail yourself to it. But this is a good tool. This is a conforming loan limit map, and as you can see, we got the entire United States. Let me stop here. Let me scroll on the side. So what you could do is, you just hover over. Let me minimize this a little bit. There we go. You can hover over a state or a county, and it gives you, that conforming loan limit. And this ties in with the FHA document that I just showed you, because this is a conforming loan limit. And for a majority of the country, everywhere here in the gray, that FHA single family, duplex, triplex, fourplex number is going to match up with these gray areas. And then you have the higher cost areas, right, where the conforming loan limit goes higher, and then you got those super high cost areas, right? So this is another just data point for you guys to have available to yourselves. Hold on. Back to my first question. Fred said he's drinking that pre-workout. You feel me? That's why that brother, he stay in shape. You feel me? That's a good workout. A drink to drink, man. And then he also says, oh, yes, it was. And yes, it was waiting on the unknown, but I'm glad I stepped out on faith, and with God putting the right people in my path. Blessings, brother. Have to get back to work. Likewise, Fred, blessings to you, man. So you're hearing it from a home buyer, right? A first-time home buyer that had a lot of the apprehensions that you may have. You see what I'm saying? But trusted team, right? And as I always tell you guys, man, I'm not one and done. We family. You work over here. You see what I'm saying? Been knowing that brother probably 8-9 years now. You feel what I'm saying? So just imagine him buying 8-9 years ago, still having that apprehension because at that time the cost is what the cost is. But fast forwarded to the day, he's sitting on a knot. You see what I'm saying? Because all tides have risen with this run up, this appreciation in residential real estate. It's an asset. Quit letting these people tell you that it's not. We all have an agenda. We all have a motive, right? So getting back to it. And you know what? Miss Winthrop, Cheyenne says, would love to have that back. Say less, Miss Winthrop. Let me drop that in the comment section right now for this map. Copy and paste. There's a scripture that says, ye have not because ye ask not. Not that I'm equating this to spiritual things, but it's apropos at this time. So there you have it. Just click onto that link, and this will give you access to that conforming loan limit. So said all that to say this. The increase of the conforming loan limit, the FHA loan limits, it's telling you something, okay? And it's telling you a couple of things. Real estate is very lucrative, okay? Very lucrative. And residential real estate is one of the largest tools that everyday people, y'all remember that? Hey, am everyday people. I think, who was that? Who was that? I forgot the name of the group. Don't kill me, but I'm just like me, man. You're everyday people. I'm everyday people. So for everyday people, residential real estate is one of the ways that we can accumulate wealth and pass it down. Just trying to state the case. Don't be intimidated by the number, okay? Because I'll say it this way, inflation, if you've been living, paying bills since 2000 coming to today, right? We've had interest rates at a high, okay? When dealing with residential real estate, high interest rates, prices are low. Low interest rates, prices are high. The thing is, you still been around, you moving and grooving, you're able to deal, right? The way you combat these things, I'll get into it here in a little bit, is with how we're handling our budget. But you have to get in. You got to get in where you fit in, okay? So real estate, very lucrative. And that's one of the things that these prices, conforming loan limits, are telling us, right? Now, let me say or show you another reason, another thing that these conforming loan limits are telling us, and not just us, but other people, right? Let's get this on the screen. Now, what this is, this is an article. Let's give attribution and credit so we don't get we're not haters around here. So this was written by Hannah Ziti, right, of CNN Business. It was updated Monday, August the 2nd, 2021. Okay. So house prices are hotter than ever. That was back in August. I would still say that same sentiment rings today, right? December 21st, 2021. So here's what else the rising conforming limits are telling us, right? Pension funds, investment firms, and Wall Street banks are snapping up family homes in Europe and in the United States at a rapid pace as prices skyrocket or rocket higher, right? Here's the deal. They're looking for alternative lockdown looking for alternatives to the lockdown hit office parks and shopping malls, and betting that a permanent increase in remote working following the coronavirus pandemic will keep demand for suburban homes elevated. Now, if you watched the video yesterday, I gave some insight connected you to an article from Microsoft. Why Microsoft? They have over 160,000 employees all over the world. And Microsoft is saying that the new disruption, as well as a lot of other folks, are saying hybrid work. Okay. Your home is the new corporate space. That's what I've been saying. Okay. And there's ways that you can turn your home into uh, not just a cash cow, right, where you can generate income, but also enjoy the appreciation and most importantly, the tax game. Shout out to Kamari Ellis, the finance rebel. You need to get at him or let me know, and I'll connect you with him because he can help you. He's coined, I believe, that the tax code is the cheat code. The tax code is your cheat code, right, to wealth, because everyone's highest expense are taxes. Facts. So these increases in residential real estate and the environment that we've been in, caused by the pandemic, and it's still ongoing. Commercial real estate for office space and things of that nature is taking a hit. Okay. Moreover, the workforce is going to want a different model when it comes to commuting and things of that nature. So these are some of the factors that have caused investors, institutional investors. And you know what? I'll just drop this link as well. You guys can avail yourself to the article. You know what they say, guys? Readers are leaders. So don't listen to the news. You know, get it from various sources, and then do your due diligence, right? But here it is. Here it is. Let me scroll down. I dropped the article. Here's the main point of this article. What did I want to show? Y'all bear with me. Hey, if you like this information or if you know someone that this would benefit, share it with them. Sharing is caring. Now, right here, this is where I want to get into. Big money wants in, right? Big money. Who are big? Who's the big money? Check it out. Real estate analytics from Green Street estimates that single family rental values in the United States are 15% above their pre-COVID levels. Renting out single family homes is expected to deliver an annual return for private investors in the next 3 years in the range of 6.8% compared with 6.1% for apartments. Okay. That's for Cordone, the grant, right? Now, but he's hit it on the stick because he's ran that thing up, right? But there's a reason they tell you to poo-poo single family because you know they need you in those rooms. So long story short, these firms have projected, at least for the next 3 years, hey, we're going to get a better rate of return from residential real estate opposed to commercial and even multifamily, right? So here's the deal. Here's some big ones. And you guys do your research, right? Search these ticker symbols. Maybe an investment play for you. I'm not an investment advisor. Everything that you hear on this channel is for educational purposes only. Now, if you're looking for residential financing for residential real estate, right? I'm your guy. All 50, especially here in Texas. But do your research. But the one I want to point out, this American Homes for Rent, right? They have several communities, and it blows my mind that they're building the whole community, 300 homes. Okay. They'll have an amenity center where you can go get your weights on, you know, drink your pre-drink like my guy, get your weights on, have a little pool. But these folks are paying minimum $1,700 up for these homes, right? Don't let that go over your head. So what I'm saying is this: is home ownership for everybody? No. But the numbers say it's for a lot of people, right? Because you know me, let's go to the numbers because everybody's talking, right? So let's do this as I get ready to wrap this thing up. Let's do this. Let's share the screen one more again, and um let's look at this study right here, and we're gonna focus on millennials. Why? because you guys are the largest cohort since the baby boomers. Okay, so watch this. This is from Zhong Choi and Jeonju, Lori Goodman, Bhagavad Ginsha, Sarah Stoak, July 2018. Still very relevant information, right? So thank you, Shine. I appreciate it. I feel the same about you. The Urban Institute, okay? This is a study. Again, I'll drop the study just for sake of time and brevity, and you guys can do your own reading. Point I want to make with this study is as follows, right? That, let's see here. Millennials born 81 to 97, okay, that's what they've come up with. I tend to agree with the time range. Make up the largest generation in US history. Compared with earlier generations, millennials are tech savvy, are racially and ethnically diverse, and more educated. Marry later in life as well. Millennials also become homeowners later, right? Those are facts. This is facts, okay? So a failure or a delay of homeownership might exacerbate already growing inequalities among millennials, right? So you got to know and understand that. So largest cohort of people, period, 81, 97. So 2008, the housing crash, the debacle, these folks were coming of age. They felt that, okay? Not only that, you got a Blues Clues here, very tech savvy, very, 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 very educated. Okay. With that education comes a lot of student loan debt. Right. So long and short, and let me get off of this one. Point I want to make is that millennials are having a problem purchasing, okay, because of the two following reasons. And again, guys, avail yourself to all of the resources that I'm dropping, because I just want to be respectful of your time and don't want to bore you. But again, as I'm making this meal, it makes sense. Okay. So now the two largest reasons, this is the article that accompanies that study that I just put in the chat. But financial barriers to millennial home ownership. Okay. And again, attribution here. Let's do this. This was published the 15th April 2019. And this is from HUDuser.gov. This is a government website, right? Long story short, this is what it's boiled down to. The two highest barriers to home ownership for millennials: down payment, okay, and the credit box, right? Down payment in the credit box. So what that means is, and here's the good news as we get ready to turn the corner, all right? Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to put them in the chat and we'll address it. But there have been a lot of recent updates that help address down payment. There's been a lot of things in play that have been around for years that a lot of people just don't know about. And I believe it's due to a lot of noise out in the space and a lack of financial education. Okay. So that's what we're going to end up with today. The good news. So here's the deal: down payment. You do not have to have 20% as a down payment when looking to purchase a home. As a matter of fact, if you're a first time home buyer, by definition, anyone who has not owned real estate or interest in residential real estate in the most recent 3 years, which we would identify by your tax returns, file tax returns for the most recent 3 years, 18, 19, and 20 at this time, to show that you don't have any mortgage interest, 1098 mortgage interest documents, then you're considered a first-time home buyer. Okay. So if you sold 4 years ago and it's been 3 years, now you're a first-time home buyer. You can go with the conforming loan limit. It's now up, right? Conforming loan limit for 2022 is up to $650,000 almost, right? Crazy. So 647,200. You could put as little as 3% down. Again, if you can afford it and you could qualify, you have the income, right? Your money's not funny and your credit could get it. 3% down. So that's one thing that I want to clear up. That's conforming. On the government side, FHA, 3.5% is the down payment. A lot of people poo-poo the FHA. It's a great product, especially if you've had an FHA loan and you were negatively affected during this pandemic and via the CARES Act. You saw all of those benefits that private mortgage insurance made available to you. It's not a bad thing. And debt to income ratios can go higher on an FHA loan. Okay. So just got to get in where you fit in. Kill all the noise. The point is you got to secure real estate. You got to control the asset because that's where a lot of this money is going. As Fat Joe said, last month's price is not this month's price. Okay. And so all joking aside, down payment, those are a couple of things. Now, if you're buying in a rural area, sometimes in urban areas that are underserved, the home you may be buying may be in a USDA eligible area. Another government insured loan, which will allow you as the buyer, if you qualify, you meet the income requirements and the credit requirements, so on and so forth, but you can finance up to 100% of the sales price. Moreover, if that house, example, say you're buying a $200,000 house, USDA eligible, okay, then you have to just worry about down payment and closing costs. But say the appraisal comes back and the house appraises for 210. Well, then now, right, you can finance all the way up to 210,000, roll in all those closing costs, right? You're welcome, loan officers out there that that I train as well. You're welcome. I'm just being petty right now. But anywho, those are solutions to the down payment, right? Now, the credit piece. Here's the challenge. Here's the call to action for today. Fourth quarter is coming up. I would ask you to go to the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau website. Search for the credit repair section. Okay. That's number one. Number two, go to myfreeannualcreditreport.com and get a copy of your 3 agency data sheets. That's what we'll call them. Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. Credit score is not going to be there. That's not important. That's number two. So go there, set up your profile, download it. Fun fact, I believe until April of 2022, you could go there weekly and download this information for free. Prior to that, you could do it 4 times a year. Okay. So this is a strategy. Every quarter, fourth quarter of the year, go see what other folks are saying about you. If your name and address isn't wrong, per the CFPB, or to give you instructions on how to fix that. Now, if you've done it, done what, Robert? In the past or recently, you haven't paid somebody. It is what it is. Okay. Don't waste your time and money, in my professional, humble opinion, for all of these scams and tricks and things of that nature, because it ain't gonna work. Okay. So I would say number 3 is pull up the statute of limitations for debt in whatever state you're in, and then work from that premise as it pertains to collections, right? Open collections that are yours, okay? Because the dispute game ain't gonna work. And that's what most of these folks are doing. Now, there's some reputable folks out here that are about building credit profiles. You can find them, okay? They're out here. And it shouldn't cost thousands of dollars. But if that's what you want to do, that's your business. I'm just here telling you something else. A voice in the wind, right? Telling you you don't have to do that, but you know what you have to do? You got to take responsibility. So hopefully, man, this was a good live this morning. I got to get back to it, So let me do my roll call. Shout out everybody that came through. Thank you for stopping in and sharing on the show, Mrs. Winthrop. Freddie, always ready. You feel me? Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you, brother. Blessings to you. And everyone else who did a drive-by and just didn't say nothing. I appreciate you, right? So let's do it like this. My time is up, and I thank you for yours. Hey guys, as I always say, let's be good to one another. Let grace abound. And until the next time, peace. Y'all be blessed.